Live stream now for Civic Licensing. That's it started.
Okay, welcome back, or welcome everybody, to this hybrid meeting of the Civic Licensing Committee. I would remind all attendees that this meeting is being recorded and webcast live on the Council's YouTube channel. I would remind all remote attendees to mute their microphones when not speaking. We'll move to item 1, apologies for absence.
Yes, Convener, there's apologies from Councillors Gavin Nicholl and Councillor Scott, and Councillor Melville has joined on remotely this morning, and the rest of the members are all in the chamber.
Thank you. Moving to item 2, interest and statements of transparency. None? Okay, thank you. Item 3, minute of the previous meeting. Can we agree that these are a true record? Thank you. Item 4, delegated approvals, starting on page 6. This report is for noting only, and it is recommended the committee note the licences granted renewed under delegated authority as detailed in the attached appendix. Do we agree to note?
Agreed.
Moving on to item 5 from page 10. This is caravan site licence, Dumbertnot Farm, part of the Arbickie Highland Estate in Verkeeler. And we have Lauren Oliver attending. Hi, Lauren. Can I ask Lauren if you would like to talk to your application?
No, I think everything should be there, but I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much. So I'm just looking to see if there are any other reports on this one. No. Okay, I'll open up to members. Do members have any questions on this application? Councillor Durno.
Thanks, Lauren. Obviously, you're my constituent in my area. I just wondered if it would be possible sometime to actually come and have a look at the pods, because I'm really interested in them for maybe various other areas in Angus. So if that would be possible.
Absolutely. I've got a card here, so I'll give you my details at the end and you can pop up, no problem.
Thank you very much. Are there any other questions from members? Any comments? Go to me. Councillor Whiteside.
Thank you, Convener. It sounds like a great idea. I'm looking for, and I like things that improve our tourist offering. So I look forward to seeing this in operation. Good luck.
Sorry, before we go to the question, I believe we have Louise Manson. Louise, do you have anything you would like to add in here?
Thank you, Chair. Nothing to add other than what's in the report.
Thank you very much. Councillor Braze.
Well, yes, I think this is a wonderful idea and a good addition to what you're already doing, and I'm sure there will be great demand for it. Good luck.
Councillor Clark.
Thank you, Chair. Hello, Lauren. I'm just really happy to read this, but especially when you're going to be open all the year round. That is something that I personally would like to welcome this part of Scotland, but right across Scotland. Thank you. Sounds great. Well done.
Thank you. Hopefully they'll be as popular as everyone hopes they will be. I'm sure they will, though.
Any other comments from members? Is there anything else you would like to say to the
Anyone that wants to come up for a visit is more than welcome. Just drop us an email and no problem coming up. They are spectacular to look inside. Which is
in no way, in any way, to obviously influence the decision you might make.
avoid the problem of visiting the distillery and having to drive home.
That was the reason. We're very want to make sure everyone's following the rules and no drink driving.
Okay, if there are no other questions or comments, we'll move to the recommendations. The recommendations are: 1, to grant a caravan site licence to Mr John Stirling, Arbicki Farm in Verkeeler, subject to the site's compliance with the model standards for holiday caravan sites, or 2, that the maximum number of 4 self-catering holiday pods be stationed on site at any one time, and that the operating period of the site will be all year round. Can I ask for Councillor Clark?
Happy to move, Chair, in agreement with what you've just said. There's just nothing to add here but my very best wishes. And as somebody that's actually run a business in this, for caravans, etc., in the past, this is much needed, especially one that's ambitious, interesting, innovative, and well done.
We have a seconder in Councillor Braze.
Yes, happy to second this. It's exactly the sort of thing we need in Angus. Thanks.
With no amendments, no amendments, we'll take it as unanimous. Yeah? Great. Thank you very much. Oh, sorry, that takes us on to item 6, page 12 of our papers, which is short-term lets application. Okay, I believe we have on this case Richard Ellison, the applicant, with us. Hello, Richard.
Hi. Hi.
Would you like to present to committee on your application?
Sure. So we purchased Ravensby Hall and converted into a holiday home. We subsequently applied for the short-term let. There was an objection from the Scottish Fire Brigade, who we worked with wholeheartedly. They were extremely professional, extremely helpful, very supportive. We worked very fast and achieved everything that was required. They subsequently came out for a visit and they've re-inspected and I believe sent through their details of that inspection. So we would hope we can continue to trade as a short-term let. The guests are certainly enjoying it.
Thank you very much. Before we move to any questions, I believe there were 2 letters which may have been coming late from the fire service. Now, we would have to agree if we wanted to actually see these letters. Do members think that it would be, in the interest of just see them? Yeah, okay, we agreed to then see the letters. They will be sent by email to us.
That's him sent.
And Jade can speak to the letters as well. He's here, so he can bring a perspective from Scottish Fire and Rescue.
Yep. Right, so we'll do these. We're just going to take a few minutes to actually read these, okay? Can I just ask the applicant, have you actually seen these letters from the fire service?
The letters of the objection and the revoking of the objection or the recommendation of the it's now been lifted. They're satisfied. Yes, I've seen them.
Just a point of clarification to convener. The 2 letters in front of me, are these the only letters we have?
There's a first letter.
One in December of last year and one in January of this year.
Yes, that's correct.
So what I'm reading is up to date then?
We will bring in Jed Smith, the watch commander, just
Thank
shortly.
you.
Yeah. Members had a chance to look at that?
It's subsequent to 26th of January.
Okay. Can we possibly now move to Jed Smith, who's the Fire Enforcement Officer? Is Jed available?
Yes, can be.
Would you like to talk to the 2 letters that members have just seen?
Yeah, absolutely, Convener. First of all, may I apologise on behalf of the Scottish Fire and Rescue Service that the first objection was received into the licensing department beyond the consultation period. We had originally planned to conduct the audit within that 28-day period. However, due to some diary clashes, it was pushed slightly beyond that. And I can only apologise to all the members for that. My understanding, looking at my record letters that I have submitted to the licensing department, and I'm not aware if the elected members potentially have the 3rd letter. It was only submitted last week. Initially, during the first audit carried out by my colleague Paul King, unfortunately we identified some fire safety concerns, and as a result we put an action plan in place for the duty holder. I would note that the duty holder has been compliant with all requests and have worked extremely hard to address the concerns that we noted in our original letter. Following on from our initial audit and following conversations internally and with our legal services, we opted to place a prohibition notice on the 2nd floor only of Ravensbay Hall. Now, the reason for this was due to specific issues due to the layout of that second floor and the means of escape for a relevant person from that area. Now, at this time, that prohibition notice on the 2nd floor remains in place and the duty holder is remaining to be compliant with that. We're content that they are compliant. with it. They informed me not last week, the week before, that they had completed the action plan, which concerned the ground and first floor of the premises. As a result, I re-inspected the premises on the 18th of March, so a week past Monday, and at that point I'm able to confirm that we are now in a position to support the granting of a licence for the ground and first floor of the premises. The prohibition notice that is in place on the second floor would remain in place. The duty holder applicant is aware of that, and it is possible that the prohibition notice could be removed in the future, but that would be subject to the duty holder supplying us with compensatory features to mitigate the risk that we deem is currently in place on the second floor. So that can be removed in future, subject to compensatory features being put in place and a proposal being submitted to ourselves. I'm more than happy to take any questions if there are any.
Yes, Stuart, you come.
Yeah, thanks very much, Jed. Yeah, the third letter I'm just going to get sent round to members just now. But just a point of clarification, Jed, that letter is dated 19th of January. I presume it's 19th of March because you're referring to an inspection on the 19th of March. So I think that's an error in the date. Is that correct?
Yes, that would be correct. The letter I'm looking at states 19th of March, so it's potentially an earlier version of the letter.
Yeah, thank you. So this letter, members, that's coming out at the top, it will say 19th of January. However, it is actually dated 19th of March, and that will clarify exactly what Jed has just explained there in respect of the ground and first floor prohibition notice and the actions for the second floor.
Members will just take a few minutes to read this letter and then we'll get back to business. Councillor Clark.
It's just another point of clarification from a legal person there, if you don't mind, Mr McQueen. Given, I did ask earlier, and that's why, because I was confused. I'm a wee bit more enlightened now. But can you just answer me, please? Am I being asked now to consider something different? Because we're only... Can you just maybe clarify that for me, please?
Certainly no. It is an application for the STL. Initially, obviously, there was the full objection from Scottish Fire and Rescue. That has now been... They've no objection now in terms of the ground and first floor. Jed will correct me if I'm wrong. There's still a prohibition notice in respect of the second floor. So those are the factors that you have to take into account when considering the full application, in that actually, you know, ground and first appear okay, second floor doesn't, and it may be something that the applicant can answer as well.
Thank you.
Is it possible to me to talk to that point as well? So we have closed off the second floor under the advice from the fire brigade. Essentially, it's now in use as an attic, essentially, and it's physically locked. There is no way the guests can access it by any means. So it is just operating the ground and first floor now.
Thank you. Members, any questions? Any comments? No? I think clarification's been given on the second floor, so I think we're probably fairly happy with that. So if I move to the recommendations, 1, to grant the application, 2, to grant the application subject to standard or any additional conditions, 3, to defer the application for a period not exceeding 6 months from the date of the application, or 4, to refuse the application on one or more of the grounds referred to in paragraph 4. With that, I would suggest that we look to option 2, to grant the application subject to standard or additional conditions, and the condition being that, as has already been said, the second floor obviously can't be used until the prohibition notice has actually been removed from that. Anyone else got any? No? Yeah.
Move that second.
Yeah. So I'll move that. We've got a second there? Councillor Gregg. No amendments to that? I take it then it's a unanimous decision? Yep. Agreed. Thank you very much.
Thank you all very much, well, and also thanks to the Fire Brigade in particular. We operate a number of hospitality venues in the country, and there's not one as professional and supportive as one we experienced with Paul and Jed Smith, so we really appreciate that as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, and thank you, Jed, for that input, which cleared up quite a bit for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time, Convener.
With that, we move to item 7, review of fees. Starts at page 16. And this report is to agree a review of fees. Members will actually have read this. Are there any questions on this? Any comments on this? Yes, you can ask a question. Councillor Durno.
Yeah, it's just regarding the public entertainment licence. If, say, an entertainment was to take place at a beach venue and it was a council-run thing that was going on, would they still need to apply for a public entertainment licence? Yeah? Okay, thanks.
With that, we'll move to the recommendations. Recommendation 1, approve the new £75 charge in relation to the processing of late hours catering licence application and consideration of an application regarding a material change in circumstances of any licence. 2, do we want to approve them one at a time? So if we take that one, yeah? Unanimous? Agreed. 2, approve the new charge of a third of the full cost rounded to the nearest whole number in relation to the processing of temporary licences. Agreed? Agreed. And 3, approve the revised fee structure contained in Appendix 1 and agree an implementation date of the 8th of April 2024. Agreed? Thank you very much. That is the end of Civic. Thank you all for your attendance and your patience. It's been a fairly long one. Thank you.
John, if you stop the live stream, please.